Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel. I get asked a lot, do some scrap buster projects, so here you are. I have 3 of them for you. There's an electric cord holder organizer, because I know if you're like me, you've got cords everywhere. So this helps to organize them and it looks kind of nice. This is a little card holder. You can either keep business cards in, a gift card, any type of cards you want. Maybe you have a business and you want to promote it. You can slip your business card in there and give it as a little gift, hopefully that they will use your business. And this is a really easy to do bookmark. Now, I'm using in most of these projects quilting fabric. In a couple of them, there's cotton batting, and in one other, there's heavy iron-on interfacing, and I use the product by Pellon. Okay, let's get started. For the card holder, you'll need 2 pieces of fabric that are 4 inches by 7.5. Now, on one of them, you're going to have fusible interfacing on the back, and it will be 3.5 by 7 inches. Now follow package instructions for fusing it on. Once you have that fused on, then bring both of your fabrics front sides together and place pins all around. Then you're going to start here where I've got this 1 pin, and you're going to stitch across here, back stitch first, stitch across here. When you get a 1/4 inch away from this side, turn your fabric and stitch down this way, then across and back up here, and then go around the corner so that you know when to stop. I like placing 2 pins right here. So when you get to the 2 pins, you're going to back stitch. Now, after you've done all of the stitching around 4 sides, then go to all 4 corners and trim a little of it off. You want to keep about 1/8 of an inch of space between your seam and where you're cutting. And again, do that at all 4 corners. So after trimming your corners, then go through your opening and turn it front side out. So after you have it front side out, then reach inside and poke all 4 corners out. Make sure you turn the fabric in at your opening, turn it inside, then press your piece down. Then take pins, close this up, then stitch your opening closed and stitch all the way across. Pull your Velcro apart. There's 2 pieces. One's very rough, the other one's very soft. Take one of them and place it a 1/4 inch from the top. And then you're going to stitch around all 4 sides and go around twice and stitch close to the edge. Then take your other piece, turn this over, and place it at the opposite end, like this, and then stitch it down on all 4 sides 2 times. Now take your edge and fold it up 2.5 inches. So the 2 pieces now are facing up. And then stitch down close to the edge here, back stitching it at each end, and then stitch here on this side and back stitch at each end. So there you can see you now have a little pocket, and then you fold it over, and there you have your little card holder. Here's the instructions for the electric cord holder or organizer. I've cut 2 pieces of fabric 3.5 by 8 inches. I've also cut 1 cotton batting the same size. So you want to place your cotton batting down first, then take one of your fabrics, with the back side of it down against the cotton batting, and here's the pretty side. Take your other fabric with the pretty side facing down, so you have them all layered. Then you're going to pin all around the edges. Now before you stitch, you're going to leave an opening here, at least maybe 3 inches, and then you're going to start here, back stitch, stitch down to this edge. When you're a 1/4 inch away, you're going to stop and turn your project and continue stitching all the way here. And then on the other side of your opening, you want to have 2 pins and then back stitch there. Now after you finish stitching all around, then you're going to go ahead and trim your corners down so that the corners will lay flat when you turn it front side out. So just trim across there. You want to leave about 1/8 of an inch of space between the stitching and the edge of the fabric there. So I'm going to trim just a little bit more, because when you have cotton batting in there, it can get really thick. And then go ahead and trim all 4 corners. After you've trimmed all your corners, then reach in between your 2 fabrics and turn it front side out. Make sure you reach inside and poke your corners out, because there's cotton batting in there. Your corners won't be real sharp, but they'll be a little rounded. Then fold your opening edges inside and then stitch across to close it up. Now you're cutting your Velcro actually any length you want, and even on the previous project you could put a really small piece of Velcro or a large one. For this electric cord holder organizer, I prefer to use a really long piece right here. So pull it apart, and at one side put your Velcro down, stitch around all 4 sides twice, and then turn it over, go to the opposite end and do the same thing, stitch around it 2 times. And then when you're done, you put your cords in here, fold it over, and you have all of your electrical cords organized and not hanging all over the place. For the bookmarker, you'll need a piece for the top that is 2 by 6 inches. You'll also need interfacing, that's heavy interfacing I recommend, that's also 2 by 6. And for the fabric for the back, it's going to be 3.5 inches and 7.25 inches long. So to put the interfacing on, follow your package instructions. It's a very simple process. Then take this piece and center it in your fabric for the back. So you have the same amount of fabric on all 4 sides. Then at each of your shorter ends, going across this way, fold it over once and press, and fold it over again and press. And then stitch close to this edge all the way across. Make sure you go to the opposite end and do the same thing. And then I'm going to show you 2 different ways to finish it off. On your 2 longer edges, option 1 is to fold it over and press, and fold over again and press, and then stitch it down. Option 2 is take this corner and bring it along the edge here of the fabric for the top. So you have this little diagonal. Then fold this over and press, and then fold it over again and press. And this gives you a mitered corner look, and then you can stitch it all the way down to the other end. And you would do that at all 4 corners. And this is what it looks like when it's all done, and it just fits into your book perfectly. If you like to do cross stitch or even embroidery, there are projects you can do for that. And this shows you how you can make a bookmark if you like to cross stitch, doing a simple design on the front and really easy ways to cover your edges. So if you're interested in viewing some cross stitch, then there will be a link listed below your YouTube screen. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that you try some of these projects. If you're interested in beginners sewing projects, there will be links listed below your YouTube screen in the description section. Just scroll down till you see the word more. Click on it. It will expand open and you will see a lot of links listed there. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl, this is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.